Action 10 Chief Meteorologist Sharon Ray with your Doppler 10 weather forecast.
Well, I hope you're having a nice 4th of July. We had a beautiful start to the day with some high clouds going through, and all in all, we saw those clouds thinning out and a lot of sunshine this afternoon. Temperatures, well, they've been heating up all day long with that sun, and right now we are sitting in the 80s and 90s. In fact, right now we see the current conditions. It's 91 degrees in Corpus Christi, that heat index at 104, and as expected, there's that wind we were talking about. 23-mile-an-hour winds, the dew point at 77. It's humid out there and hot at 91 at Robstown, Alice 96, but 90 at Ingleside and Coastline, right at the beaches in the upper 80s right now. But the heat index, of course, when you factor in the humidity, feeling over 100. Check out Alice, feeling like 108 degrees right now. Yeah, it's steaming out there in Kingsville. 109 heat index, 100 at Port Aransas is what it feels like. So take care the next few days because we're going to be dealing with that kind of heat index here, and you got to be careful you don't overheat your bodies out in this kind of weather. But the wind is helping it feel a little cooler anyway, stirring up that air. 23-mile-an-hour winds in Corpus Christi, 18 at Alice, and that breeze is going to gradually come down this evening. Here's your evening forecast. The sun sets at 8:30. We've got those very warm temperatures at 7 at 88. That heat index at 7 still at 98 degrees. And as we head to 9 o'clock, 85 for the fireworks displays. It looks good tonight and breezy. Now, as we head out the door tomorrow, it's going to be just as hot. We see those temperatures climbing. In fact, a degree or two warmer in Corpus Christi, reaching close to 94 by 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And that heat index just over 105 for a few hours tomorrow afternoon. So steamy day tomorrow, not as windy though, those winds coming down a little bit as we see these kind of high temperatures tomorrow, hitting 97 at Alice to 96 at Mathis, 90 at Ingleside, 94 Corpus Christi tomorrow. We have our onshore flows rather strong today, but that's going to weaken over the next couple of days, and our windy weather will start to die down a little bit. Meanwhile, it's just quiet here. There's nothing happening in Texas. It's a nice quiet 4th of July, but to the north, we've already got tornado watch boxes and a severe storm watch for Colorado and up into Wyoming. Also showers and very unsettled weather for much of the east this afternoon. For us, well, there isn't much rain in our forecast. In fact, I don't have anything measurable in the forecast for the next 7 days. And the reason why, we're going to see this higher pressure starting to dominate our weather. It starts to build right back over us all the way through the weekend and through much of next week. And when we get these high pressures aloft that strengthen, it causes the air to sink, and that suppresses the air and causes it to heat up. So we're in for above average temperatures for the next few days. Now, if you're heading to the beaches to get cool tomorrow and even into the weekend, tomorrow we're looking at upper 80s at the beaches. The wind's not quite as strong, a moderate rip current risk. The water temperature this morning was still at 85 degrees at Bob Hall and Port Aransas, and we're looking at 3-foot waves tomorrow. Speaking of the wind, it does come down for the weekend, so it looks much nicer outdoors if you don't like the wind being so strong for the weekend as the wind speeds do decrease. So here's your weekend forecast then. A lot of heat, a lot of humidity. Oh, it's July, and you can certainly see it reflected in the weekend forecast. In the next 7 days then, temperatures are going to stay pretty consistent. In fact, reaching into the low to mid 90s many days here all the way into next week. Nights near 80 degrees, and I just don't see any measurable rain, anything organized coming in, except for a stray shower or isolated afternoon storm. It's looking dry right into next Thursday with those heat indices between 103 and 109.